be up on the roof there.
Well, if they're on the roof. Okay, so I'm not understanding that.
Yeah, on the
That's the other problem we have with code.
Like Keith Steele used to have those cute signs, he's trying to limit how long that sign could be.
Okay.
So it couldn't be the length of the building, so if I'm Antonio's Italian restaurant, that would take up the whole building if I wanted to put a whole sign like that up there.
But instead, we're just restrict them to the middle part of it.
So we need to have a term that
They can have a 10 square foot sign.
Oh, that's right, too. Yeah,
We have a limit on it right now. I'm trying to get away from the limit and just say the middle half of the space.
Okay, so we need to have some kind of term that makes it where code and businesses can understand that you're talking about that kind of sign. Because first of all, when you're saying that, I'm thinking of a sign on the, that's attached right below that.
Grumps come to me with their sign. Okay, and I know they're a franchise, but they don't meet the definition of a franchise in our ordinance. So,
Well, don't even go there with what we got across the street.
yeah, I know. But what I did do on that is because I didn't consider that an attached sign, I considered it a roof sign. If I'd had it done attached sign, then I would have, it would be too big. The sign they're gonna put up, they haven't done it yet.
So they ultimately didn't get declined for anything, it just got termed a roof versus a...
Yes.
Okay. That's something we need
And
to...
I want to just clean all that up, that's all.
Yeah, yeah, and that's exactly what I'm asking for, because when I talk to code, the code enforcement people are acting like they have a hard time understanding what this means. So they can't enforce any of this if they don't understand. And so I'm confused right here, when you're talking about a roof, I don't know, sign people probably have a term, but we need to know that you're talking about that sign up there.
There's attached signs, there's round signs.
Okay, so you're talking about up there. Now, Grumps, we'll use that as an example. So Grumps has windows across the front, and then a big solid place with siding. So
That sticks up above the roof, that's the part we're talking about.
well, you're talking above the roof. What about if he wanted to put it below the roof? What do we call that?
That's an attached sign, yes, sir.
And what's it above the roof?
It's a roof sign.
Okay.
I know you went to Hines, but
Okay, it's on the roof, it's size and width of the building.
yeah,
Okay, if it was below the roof,
it's got those measurements that I think are,
Well,
like Miss Baird's and all that, when they had Miss Baird's here.
Yeah.
Okay, their sign, when they came in there, we measured all the signs, every one of them were in violation because it goes by that 3/4 of the square foot per 1 foot of width of the building, which is terribly hard to follow.
That's too complicated.
They have to always come to me and I have to figure that out. Well, then if there's another sign down, and there was, that's bigger, according to the ordinance, you can use that. Well, you go back to that business and it may take up nearly the whole thing.
Is that why Keith Steele took all his signs down, or?
I
Because
don't
they
know.
were the width of some of those buildings.
Yeah.
I mean, those were nice signs.
They were not signed.
And they're down?
Yep, there was one of them up there.
We didn't make them take them down, did we?
Oh,
I think some places left.
Well, Gordon, I think it had to do with, because he did have some tenants.
Places changed, okay, I get that. But yeah, those are the nicest signs, and the other signs that I know are out there. That's not right.
Quick question, do y'all allow
No.
conversation during?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure, give us your name and your address.
You just have to get a permit.
Just name and your address.
Brent Forster, 5601 James Drive.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to get used to that because I just bought the house 2 weeks ago.
Well, welcome to Red Road.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Back to your signs, I do think that trying to get rid of the portable signs because they are tacky, in my opinion. The company I work for, our building is huge, and we put up portable signs on the inside when we have different clients coming, different events. And if your code enforcement is already enforcing those, or y'all are going to try to get them to enforce it, versus just allowing grand opening to have portable signs, to not, I'm trying to think of the right word, piss off your current tenants, allow them to apply or pay for a permit to only have a sign up 30 days, twice a year. then they can't have it up the entire year. It cleans up the boulevard, and they have to come in, y'all would know about it, and if they don't have it, then you fine them. But then you're also allowing them to promote something or
Special
twice
sale
a
or
year on a special sale or something.
And I had used the garage sale as an example, and I think that's exactly what we do with it. You can have a garage sale twice a year.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that before too, about having a sale, whatever everybody determines. I don't have a problem with people having a sale and wanting to get attention. It's just the fact that it's the daily sign pollution.
And see, ours, we have to go through a certain vendor, and I know, kind of back to you, I like to shop around as well, and not setting them, but maybe get a list of approved vendors that y'all work with and say, okay, here's a list of 10 or 15 vendors that you can choose. They've got different prices. You've got someone who's low, middle, or high, depending upon the quality and stuff, and allow them to only use 10 or 15 of those vendors, and you kind of cut down on it.
I don't know what we can limit a vendor though.
Yeah, we have to be kind of careful with that we're not steering, that we're not steering somebody towards a contractor, but we can, the root of it is something I think we can take something from, yeah.
We can.
Building owners often do that, where their tenant comes and
I
rents
think we do have a spot.
Give them a list of sign builders that understand our ordinance, unlike us.
Well, yeah, I can tell you that we do have approved contractors, so that could be part of it is,
I will say, I've worked for, I guess, 4 cities, and then I've done stuff here, and I'm to the point now, I don't know what one sign ordinance says from another. Somebody else. My brain is pudding when it comes to signs, and I have to actually get the black and white in front of me, because
Throwing in the width.
it's so different, so.
See, the problem with this ordinance.
And then somebody tells me middle half. Middle half of something.
Well, I understand. But, this was written by attorneys.
That's the
what you're saying about middle half, you're saying 25% on one end, 25% on the other end, and then the middle would equal those two ends?
It'd be 50. The middle would be 50,
Middle would be 50.
and then you got 25, 25.
I just have it up with 25 on each end.
I don't see how that works if a storefront is only 15 foot wide, or 10 foot wide, and it could be 40 foot deep, depending on their name, the length of the letters and stuff. That's,
You don't have to do it that way, that's just one idea, but up to no more than 75% of across there, but, so they don't take up the whole space.
Well, let's say that. I mean, I think that's an easier.
who goes out and actually measures that to see?
We do.
That would be code, I mean, that would be building permits or whatever when they're
That's
installing.
supposed to, yeah, that should be happening when it's permitted.
I don't have as big a problem with size as I do quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a big sign that's professionally made and looks nice, like the one that Steele had.
He had the one that said ice cream, that took up the whole width of that lady's building.
Yep.
Ice and the little cone and cream.
But then they were all uniform, all the
Or
signs matched.
Yeah, now they're not
They were
there.
professional lit signs and all that.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that than a little bitty sign that's made from a banner
Yeah.
nailed to plywood, you know. We have a lot of that.
We'll take care of that.
Okay. So what else you need on that? You want to adjust it to 75%?
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do.
Let's do it, let's do that.
I'll write that down.
And then I can bring a draft back.
And then all of this would be where somebody could go ask for a special, does all that have to go to ZBA? Or can somebody come back when they show that there's a reason they can't do
Well,
it?
and see, here's my city confusion. Is our sign ordinance in our zoning ordinance or a standalone? So no, so it wouldn't go to ZBA, any variance would
I
have
go
to
to the Board of Appeals, which is our council.
heard by the council, yes.
Now,
Or even him.
to bring up the,
You know what I mean, this is confusing enough, there's gotta be some exceptions.
yeah, there is, the tax place. Doesn't he have to do that? He has to get an extension every year, don't he? 'Cause
Yeah, he usually.
twice, because he usually does it twice.
Yeah.
So he gets an
He
extension
gets an extension from now, usually comes, I'm surprised he didn't come already
Yeah.
here.
because of the length of time before January 31st and April 1st.
Yeah, he usually.
He gets an extension because he's
He always does, I don't, he hasn't.
See, there's an example of
Well, he usually comes in and gets something special for that balloon on the roof.
Yeah, that's